Another great time inside sports. I know for the very first time. How are you feeling after your match against Nakuru RFC?
First of all, I want to say a very big thank you to Sportseye. Your videos have really helped me analyze most of our games. Asante sana, by the way. Keep up with the good work. One day, we'll talk on the big stages with the Super Sports.
Tunywe chai, manangu. Tunywe chai. Tunywe chai.
But again, game is kwa rahisi. Basically playing against a team which is playing at home. It's never that easy. It's a team with a lot of quality, but again, they have quality, but they have been struggling with their home issues. So Rudisha some of their older players, trying to restructure the team. But again, for us, we already have the team. So while they are trying to restructure and start the build-up, as we started the build-up. So we were a step ahead in terms of preparation. And we appreciate each and every player that they have. The match, they didn't give us more of a challenge, because yesterday we saw some tries when they were playing against Impala. We saw them scoring some tries, so they were more hungrier. Maybe the tension of this game was higher because, of course, there's some money element involved. So I think maybe the tension was high. Of course, from our side, we had the tension. From their side, maybe it was higher. But I also want to appreciate our players for giving up strong foot forward. There are some knocks and some mistakes that were done. But again, they capitalized on the mistakes of Nakuru, and we are on to the finals.
Have the players played according to expectation? Ningependa kusongesha mic juu kidogo.
Some of them yes, some of them no. It's good to be honest. At times I'm forced to make a change because not a player is not injured, a player is not but underperforming. So most of the time I usually tell my players, if I've named a team and the team is starting, why should I make a sub? I'll only make a sub if the player inside is tired, injured, or not performing. So of course I made the subs because of some underperformances, and there's also cautiousness. Like you've seen Faith Livoy, she had a head hit, so we are just cautious. Hey, okay, she's a good ball carrier, but again, we need her for tomorrow. So sit out and then see what happens. Yes.
All right, so let's talk about the yellow card Naomi Amuguni was given. We all know that Naomi Amuguni is a good player, not just for Mwamba, but also for Kenya, while she was in Kenya team. That is, time Amuguni was given that yellow card. As a coach, how did you feel? Rugby sevens is just 7 minutes and she's out. How did you feel?
When you have your best players not in the field, again, it's disappointing. Because she's one of our best players, sevens-wise, and then even 15s-wise, she's one of our best. She has the speed. She was able to contain. She was able to contain Awino, which you know Awino is very good. The side steps, the speed. She was able to contain Awino. But again, it's no excuse. How good you are is no excuse for indiscipline. High tackle, that's a discipline matter, and it's not unforgivable. It's unacceptable. From our side, we should go down. It's not only Naomi, Omoso also got a yellow card of a high tackle. So of course, we are going to address that. I'm going to address it personally to them. We must consider safety in this game. Safety is a priority that we should not take lightly. When you go high, there's a probability that your opponent might get injured. Because at the end of the day, very many of them who don't know rugby will consider rugby a rough game. But it's safe when you play safe. So when they play foul, even if they win, we must correct them on those areas that they didn't focus on.
Tomorrow you're going to face the Prinsloo, defending the champions of Prinsloo. You're going to face them tomorrow. How is Mwamba prepared for it?
While we are facing the champions of Prinsloo, I think they will be facing the champions of Kenya. So it is up for champions versus champions. So I'm not only defending the overall title, but yes, I'm in one leg into defending the overall title. So a winner of a subset is going to face the champions of Kenya. So they should be prepared for Mwamba.
All right.
Now just prepare for champions of Kenya.
All right, all right. All the best in your tomorrow's match, coaches. Now just going outside this tournament, I also understand that you are working on an under-14 women's rugby team. Can you just take us through that exactly? How is it? Why did you start that? Just briefly take us through it.
Yes, apart from our major team, the team that we have, we've been struggling with depth. Most of the time, you've seen that at times I'm not even able to field a full 15 squad. Maybe in case of an injury, I get concerns because now I'm left with the void of how do I fill this gap of this player. Number two, there's the issue of transfer funds. At the moment, Mwamba, we don't have sponsorships. That's why we've even seen that our kids are playing. We don't have shirt sponsors or anything. So if I start with an age grade system, I'm able to develop players who will then graduate into our to our main team. Instead of going for transfers to other teams who have already developed their own, one, I'll be saving on cost, which we don't really have. So the funds that we have, we can use them for other things. Number two, I'll be bringing up a club culture from on this player. There'll be a culture that this is how we want to play. If you work hard, you are coming to this team. If you prove that you can play, you are coming to this team. And I believe every team that is succeeding at the top, be it football, rugby, they have an academy that feeds them. They have a process of a transition process. They'll get to a time where the players that I have will want to hang their boots. Some will want to go on their maternity leaves. Some will want to be coaches like me. Some will want to go into reffing. I need to have a plan of how do I replace those players when it gets to that point. One of it, just like I've told you, is going for transfers to other clubs. At times they refuse. At times what they quote is too high. At times it is not sustainable because they come to Mwamba and then they miss their previous club. Maybe the culture there is not there, the culture this side. They were used to some, there are some goodies there, there are some bads here, there are some goods here, there are some bads there. So it is something that we need to build a culture of players coming up. And that I feel will take Mwamba a long, long way.
Have you already found some players? Has the initiative started?
Yes. I have some players. Some of them are already in Form 3, Form 4. But I want now to categorize it into 3. I want to have the people who are 6 years, 8 years and below. And then between 9 years and 14 years, that's another set. And then from 14 years to 18 years as another set. The 18 years, 17, 18 years with the parental consent, they can also play for the senior team. With the parental consent, according, of course, also considering their level of play, how they are playing, how they've matured into the game. But we want to focus on 18 and above for the seniors. But we all want to have these players, because if we don't have them now, it's like we are discouraging them that you'll only play rugby if you are big. So at a younger age, you will not play rugby. But if we start emphasizing on the safety part, the values of the game at a younger age, the player grows knowing safety and everything, all the values of rugby. Let us make rugby great.
Oh, nice.
Not only in Mwamba, but as a Kenya as well.
All right, that's amazing. I would like to also know if what is the response? I know rugby is a contact sport. Are these young girls joining and maintaining? Wanabaki pale kwenye mchezo ama they're joining, wanna find it's difficult, then they quit? How is the response so far?
So there are two things. Once, when you have a younger player, a smaller player in terms of age, you don't train them the way you train their seniors. You start them first with fun and games, so that they get used to it. They enjoy coming back. You don't just get into contact, at hit you, hit dule, tackle, leave, go down. No, you don't want bruises on them. You start with fun and games. How can you evade? If I touch you, you go down. If I just touch you, you go down. There's no contact at that point. Because again, I've just told you that safety is a priority that I really emphasize on. So most of them, I take parental consent first, that I want your daughter or a younger son to come in, because we also have men academy. From our website, it is in our website. So I get the parental consent. I tell the parent, okay, I love your daughter, and from this time to this time, you are free to come and watch the way the training session is. When you are training, you are free to come. If there's something you didn't like, we'll accept feedback. From that, we'll see develop. We'll give you our plan, we'll share it with you, and then the player can just develop. But we don't train them the way we train. It's a gradual process that your body will tell you now, I'm ready for contact. But we start with fun and games. Yes.
All right, now before I just ask you my final question, first of all, congratulations on your qualification as a professional coach.
Thank you. It's not easy to have a World Rugby Level 2.
Yeah.
I want to appreciate thank Dr. Mike Otieno. I want to appreciate the union, especially Malik, for organizing the same and pushing me all the way. I want to appreciate our management, Manish, She started this journey with me when nobody really believed in what I can do. Manish was there, Whiter was there to stand with me. And then Kayange stood with me strong and strong. When Mwamba was not performing, they said Babu cannot perform, Babu should go away, Odindi cannot perform. But now, again, I'm on the market. They want me all over.
They want you all over. So
you, of course, I'm loyal to Mwamba.
When you hot cake, Sahi?
I'm loyal to Mwamba. As much as there are teams, of course, there are two, three teams I have approached. But I'm loyal to Mwamba.
All right. Now I just want you to turn onto the camera and talk to young players who want to join rugby, but they feel like, you know, this is a tough sport. Manzenta Umia, just talk to those ladies.
Thank you. Once again, my name is Joseph Babu Odindi. I'm the head coach Mwamba Ladies. I'm inviting each and every lady, young, youth, parents, please accept, give your kids a permission to come and join Mwamba. We train at public service. Upper Hill, just opposite Kenyatta National Hospital. Every Saturday from 8 a.m. up to 12 noon. I'll be at public service, ready to welcome you all. Public service just opposite Kenyatta National Hospital. We'll start it slow, make you feel that rugby is an option also in making it in life. Education being number one, you don't leave your education behind. And then we have rugby as number two, which can maybe in future become number one into you making out in this life. Karibuni sana.